hurdle race.
Catchintsavo, these are being followed by Marjack's Hill, and alongside is God Help Me by Mount Mason, and then Mondui Boy as they straighten it up, coming inside their final 2 miles. And building up a lead in these early stages is Trendy Workforce, has gone on to show 4 to 5 lengths in front of Catchintsavo. Just in second place from Marjack's Hill, and then Soldier in Milan and Asking, God Help Me, and Risk Away in Mount Mason. Espresso Milan is next, followed by Mondui Boy, Peace in the Valley, and King Rasko Grey next. Further back in the field is Manila Sargent, and the all blue on the inside is Court Canyon, and then King John Oliver and Ballon Dennis can happen, and Conman John, Eclipse Chaser on the outside of Laurel's Legend, and then stick to the plan. And a break to calcify. Further clear to the field is Trendy Workforce and Jamie Scallon, now by 8 to 10 lengths. From Catchintsavo, David Doyle. Just in second place from Marjack's Hill and Josh Williamson. And fourth is Soldier in Milan, and then Astley Mount Mason has picked up ground, and then Risk Away and God Help Me and Peace in the Valley and Mondui Boy and Espresso Milan and King Rasko Grey on the outside, the quartered colours, as they make the downhill run. Trendy Workforce has come back to Catchintsavo and Marjack's Hill, followed by Soldier in Milan, Mount Mason, and Peace in the Valley, followed by Risk Away and God Help Me, and then Mondui Boy. As is Trendy Workforce, reeled in by Catchintsavo, who's now gone up to join issue, and then Marjack's Hill, and Soldier in Milan, Risk Away, Mount Mason, God Help Me, and then Astley, Espresso Milan, Peace in the Valley, Mondui Boy, and King Rasko Grey. Stopping to almost a walk, Trendy Workforce, as it is Catchintsavo, who just leads down the far side towards halfway. Soldier in Milan. On the inner is Marjack's Hill, and then Risk Away, and God Help Me next, and then Astley, Mondui Boy, King Rasko Grey, starting to close up on the outside, tailing off is calcified as they come inside the final 7 furlongs. The Overlander bumper, and it is Catchintsavo and Soldier in Milan first and second, followed by Marjack's Hill, Risk Away, God Help Me, Mondui Boy onto their heels, then Astley, Mount Mason, Espresso Milan, and King Rasko Grey and Peace in the Valley and Stick to the Plan, and then Court Canyon and Conman John, and Ballon Dennis is next, and then Can Happen and Eclipse Chaser, King John Oliver ridden along on the inside of Laura's Legend. Racing along the side of the track, 5 to run. Catchintsavo is joined by both Soldier in Milan, and in between them is God Help Me, and then Marjack's Hill. On the outside, in the white camp, is Risk Away. King Rasko Grey now shaken up, then Espresso Milan and Mondui Boy. Peace in the Valley and Astley, and then Stick to the Plan. Running round the home turn, 3 furlongs to go. And it is Catchintsavo increasing the lead to a couple of lengths over Soldier in Milan. Risk Away into third. Running on round the outside, King Rasko Grey having hit a flat spot. And then Marjack's Hill, they straighten that up for the final 2 furlongs. The Overlander bumper, and it is Catchintsavo being chased hard by Soldier in Milan. Out in front of Risk Away and Mondui Boy and King Rasko Grey next. Racing to the final furlong, and one out from the rail, it is Soldier in Milan, who has got to Catchintsavo. A break then to King Rasko Grey, and Risk Away is next, but it is Soldier in Milan, and John Gleeson out in front is going to complete one memorable day for Emmett Mullins. A cracking hat-trick for him as Soldier in Milan won by 5 from King Rasko Grey, Catchintsavo and Risk Away.
Yes, what a day for Emmett Mullins. A treble completed by Soldier Milan, who's justified strong market support here, returning at 5 to 2. The market principles first and second, but Soldier Milan ultimately running out a really authoritative winner here over King Rasko Grey, who's run well. But the winner always nicely positioned. Don about to make his move here early in the straight, takes up the lead, just coming inside the final quarter of a mile from Catchintsavo. From that point on, never really looked like being caught.
No, it didn't, Gary. He's done really well. Catchintsavo gave it a good go. He was in front from about halfway down the back straight. David Doyle just allowed him to stride on Anthony Honeyball's horse, and he's kept on well, but ultimately he couldn't see off the challenge of Soldier in Milan. He's travelled into his race really well under John Gleeson. He was always prominent. It's a race in which the pace held up really well, and you can just pick him up here in the Paul Byrne colours, the pale blue colours towards the outside, always travelling well. Catchintsavo's travelling well at this point. Magjack's Hill travelling well in the Jigginstown colours with the maroon cap with the white star and Josh Williamson's head, and Riskaway as well for Harry Swan. Also trained by Gordon Elliott in the other Jigginstown House colours towards the outside, and the favourite, King Rasko Grey, he's just started to make his ground even further out in the Gallopin de Champ Audrey Turley colours under Jody Townend.
Yes, they were really starting to get sorted out at this stage, weren't they? Catchintsavo has run very well here for Anthony Honeyball. Had a couple of fair efforts in bumpers to his name. A horse that started off in point-to-points in this country, but it was another one who's come via the point-to-point route. Soldier Milan, who won for Cormac Doyle. His point-to-point, that was at Monk's Grange. Good while ago now, Don.
Yeah, it's over a year ago, Gary. But the horse who finished second, Chevian Dularge of Matthew Connors, won his point-to-point next time, and the horse who was third, chasing out the Blues, was with Colin Bowe then, is now at Mark Walford, and he's won 3 of his 8 hurdle races since then, so he's been busy. He's got a mark in the high 100 and teens. But Soldier Milan, we haven't seen him since then, but as you said earlier on, Emmett Mullins, when he was chatting to Kevin after one of his 2 earlier winners, he gave Soldier Milan a good mention, and the market responded in kind. He was nicely backed all the way down to off time, and he's kept on really nicely.
Given a really polished ride as well by John Gleeson, as you might expect, had him in a good position all the way. He made his move at the